We are live. The five families of the Milan clubs. We got Boston, we got Toronto, New York, Philly. Guys, there will be no nitpicking the game, tops and flops. Who's Today is a celebration, and who better than to bring in all our brothers from we could do Northeast, like North America. Milan, please be watching this because you got some love all around the world. Stevie P is smoking the cigar. Gentlemen, if we are ready, here we go. Here we go.
You are listening to the Milan Weekly Podcast, the English voice of Radio Rossonera and Milan fans all over the world.
Rafael Leao produces a moment of utter magic.
Che sì, ed è gol!
Teo Hernandez al gol! Teo Hernandez, ancora lui, una meraviglia! Ibrahimovic! Zlatan Ibrahimovic, fuori classe assoluto!
You gotta share your audio there, Vinny.
You can't hear it?
No.
No.
Well,
this is good, but I don't hear anything.
Well, this didn't really work out the way I planned. I'm going to plan it out after. Cari, amici, sportivi, welcome yet to a Scudetto winning Campioni D'Italia edition of Milan Weekly Podcast. Guys, there's no intro. There's just emotions. There's just that's what it's going to be about today. From the people in the comments to everybody celebrating around the world. Stevie P, is it okay smoking inside the house? Everything is fine.
Everything is dandy. Everything is dandy, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything
goes. I've been answering the phone. Steve Polillo, Campione d'Italia. How many is this?
I love it, and but you know what, guys? As I try to figure out this audio problem, because we need to listen to Presidente. Let's go with guys. We got Mark from Milan Club Boston, Maurizio Milan Club Toronto, Franco Milan Club New York, David Milan Club Philly. I had just a quick question for Franco. The ticket to the Scudetto bus, did you buy it at 3-0, or even at 3-0, you still weren't ready to buy that ticket?
He didn't buy a ticket. He just jumped on.
I jumped on the day before.
You jumped on the
Yes,
day
he
before?
did. And I had tears in my eyes. When Franco sent me that message, I had tears. I swear to God. It was a great moment, Franco. Thank you. It's about fucking time.
And you know what? You were
I'm not
persistent.
gonna cry in the first minute of the show. Jesus Christ!
It's okay, guys. It's okay. But as I'm trying to get to this thing going. But Steve, start us off. Let me see if I can get these videos running. But how you feeling, buddy? Especially 24 hours. I know you weren't able to watch it with us, but other than introducing yourself as Steve Campioni d'Italia, how are you? How was your day yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday was a great day. A little bit nervous, I have to be very honest with you. I wasn't able to go to Ciociaro. I had a family function, so I needed to watch it by myself. But I was able to watch it with my son. So Gianfranco, he lingered around, which is a cool experience, something that I never did with my dad because he was a Juventine. And just explaining to him what was happening, right? And I felt like a caged animal, and I was. Thank God my neighbors attached to me were away because I was screaming for every goal. My ticket was purchased, guys, when the final whistle blew. I didn't cave like Kumbarecic. I was expecting everything. I had visions of Istanbul. I got the shakes. Nothing. I knew they were not coming back. I wasn't responding to anybody's phone calls. I wasn't responding to anybody's messages. I was one with myself and my TV. Boy, was I happy. And, at the end, even when Zlatan scored, I think I went through my screen door, and that's going to cost me because they even pulled back the goal. So I lost a bit of money yesterday without even placing a bet.
How about I love it. How about in Boston? How we were doing in Boston, guys? By the way, the videos will not be working, so if you guys have your videos on your side, but in the end, videos are not pictures. We got the pictures. It is a celebration. How was it in Boston, Mark? Let me see if I could pull up some of your pictures while you were. He's got the Rossoneri bus right there with the 19. Talk to us. How was Boston and the during the game, especially if I'm going through these beautiful pictures?
Yeah, so we watch our games at Ducali in the North End in Boston, and so they open at. Sorry for my voice. It's actually better now than it was this morning. They open around noon on Sundays, but they let us in. I was there at like 10:45, 10:30, 10:45, and there were already people trickling in. People were ready to go. We had a woman it was her first time showing up. She drove all the way across the state by herself just to come watch the game with us. So by 11:30, we were raring to go. So by the time kickoff rolled around, we were pretty much a full house. Place holds 67, so legally speaking, we had 67 there. In case the city of Boston's watching this, there wasn't one person more than 67.
Nobody's watching. You're okay there. Nobody's watching or asking how many people were there. But in the end,
yeah. But my bus is. I texted David the day before on Saturday just to show him what I was working on, and then he texted me back a receipt for a school bus rental. And I almost threw this in the trash. How am I gonna show this when he's bringing a school bus to Philly? But it was awesome. The only bad thing is that it has to end. Like I wish this party could keep going because I've been watching the parade all day today, and it's just
we're gonna take it in, and it's like, you know what, we've been waiting 11 long years for this, right? Moritz, how about you? We went from the Jamel Mesbaz to the Kevin Constance to the banter errors to this, the feeling. And, like I wrote in the comments, no matter what people want to say, you want to write this, you want to write that. Stevie P was even telling me when I went to see him today for my Scudetto coffee, no matter how you look at it, siamo noi, le campioni dell'Italia, siamo noi. So nobody's going to be able to take that away from us. But how about Toronto? I know you got a great turnout, just like here in Montreal, Boston, Philly, New York. But how did you wake up? I nervi, com'erano? Take us through your day, man.
Well, we had a storm roll through on Saturday afternoon that knocked out power in the nearby area. The bar itself had no power Saturday night. Good thing I didn't know about that Saturday night because I would have been even more nervous. But it worked out. We had about 100 people showed up. We had to turn away 30 to 40 people because we were at capacity. Thankfully they took it well. We just we sent them across the street to an All Stars other bar and said, "Hey, things go well, you can join us here in the parking lot. But I'm sorry, we're at capacity, safety purposes, and all that stuff." But it was one hell of a party. I don't know. I'm speechless. I don't want it to end. So
and you had a couple of drinks yesterday from what I can hear in your voice. I think all of us had a couple of drinks.
I didn't eat.
That was the problem. And right now I have my Milan Weekly Podcast After Dark voice, only not suitable for young children. Franco from New York, how was it? I saw a couple of pictures. Let me see if I can pop up some of the no, but I think I had Philly there before, but I don't want to. But Frank, how about you? How did you? Because you know what, I know we got a couple of the pictures here from Milan Club New York, but look at this place the way it is. Talk to us. Take us through your day. How was it? How many guys turned up? What a celebration it seems there. Look at this. This is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
We had a situation because, the football factory is the downstairs portion of Legends Bar. So what you're looking at in this picture is actually Legends, which is the main floor of the bar. We were warned by the owner of the Football Factory, Jack, that if Serie A was stupid enough to schedule the game at the same time as the Premier League games, that there would be a situation that we would have to deal with. You know, a lot of Premiership clubs and even, you know, League Two, League One, whatever it's called, the Championship. There's a lot of British clubs in the Football Factory, and he likes to show all 10 on the last match day, because in England they play all 10 matches at the same time. So he told us we'd be on the main floor, and to secure the entire floor, we had to tell people to arrive as early as possible. The doors open at the bar at 9 a.m. on a game day. I was standing outside at 8:15. I wanted to be the first non-employee in that bar. I was, and rough estimate, we really couldn't get a count. There was probably close to 400 people in that bar.
Wow. And what a celebration! I'm looking at all this in Times Squares.
This is a vision that I've had in my head for quite a long time. It's very similar to the bus vision.
But Franco, I want to ask you, this picture right here, how many drinks were in your system at this picture right here? Because you look like, yeah, you know what? We just won, and that is, if you want to explain to us, somebody representing Serie A with the Scudetto trophy, but it looks like you're having a good time in this picture.
It's funny. I'm actually just shot. I'm actually not drunk at all. It's probably the least drinks that I've had on any game day this entire season. I probably had 2 beers at this point. And the gentleman on the right with the suit, his name is Michele Ciccarese. He's from Serie A. And at about the 65th minute, when things were going very well, I received a text message from this gentleman. He was like, "Ciao, sono Michele. Arriviamo a fine partita. We're going to get there at the end of the game, and we have a little surprise for you." And I had a feeling it was the trophy. And then he messaged me again with about 5 minutes left in the game. He's like, "I'm outside." He's like, "I got the trophy. Let's go."
Wow.
So we waited till the end of the game. I did not let him come in until that final whistle.
Of course not. Jesus.
Look at Stevie's cheering you on. Yes.
Fucking right. You stay outside, Serie A. It's your fucking problem, Ciccarelli, that you put the games at the same time as the English Premier League. Now you stay outside with your nice fancy suit till my fucking Milan wins the Scudetto. And that's at 90 minutes. Good for you, Cheech.
So we paraded this thing into the bar just the way they parade the Stanley Cup out on presentation night, and we paraded this right through all the way around the bar. And I had him meet me in the middle of the bar. A few of us from the committee got up on there, and they actually did a trophy presentation where, like, I shook his hand and we went up there and raised the trophy. It was pretty sick. It was an unforgettable experience. This is my favorite picture, though. This is the best picture of this.
Yeah, these are, wow, like, what great stories. And I'm sure that, we will get a great story, and it starts off at exactly at this picture right here. Now, David, you know what? You are capable of doing something like this. I don't even remember where the Scudetto bus idea came from. You went out and rented an actual bus. Please talk to us about your day. Milan Club Philly. My goodness, dude, I love you. Look at you. Look at this.
I love you too. I love you too. Well, listen, we've been talking about this for so long, right? We've been talking about this for a couple of years now, and it's never, ever, like, come to this point. So, I mean, I had no choice but to do it. I think everybody would have been disappointed if I didn't get an actual bus. So it just kind of worked out. We called them up. We got the opening. It worked out really well. And it was just amazing. My favorite part about it, you can't even see it in the photos, but, like, my favorite part about it is, like, everybody was really into it too. So it's like, I didn't feel like it's just one idiot here that has this stupid idea and, I'm kind of doing it. Like, everybody on this bus was singing and just chanting and, like, having a great time. We had beer was flowing. It was awesome. Everybody got along. We had lots of old faces, new faces joining us. And it was just a really, really wonderful day. I think if I don't get COVID after yesterday with all the hugging and kissing and just, you know, being up against everybody, like my vice president here, Maurizio, like if I don't come down with COVID in the next couple of days, it'll be a miracle. So I was a little scratchy today, but the beer is working out. It's going really well.
You're immune from everything if you went
I totally am. Yeah. So Grand Cafe L'Aquila had us in a little bit early. I would say we had about 50 people or so, which for us is a really good turnout. You know, Philadelphia doesn't necessarily have the community I think that the other guys have, but it was absolutely fantastic. You know, we had a great turnout, and I think we're going to have a lot more people next year. So the interest is there, you know, and we're just excited. Everybody was in a great mood. Everybody got along really well, and then it was a beautiful day in Philadelphia. We went all through the city, different spots, took pictures with everybody in the whole group, and just had a wonderful time. So it was awesome. Absolutely awesome.
I look at these, you know, when you had told us that you were thinking of, you know, getting a bus, and me in my head is like, but what kind of licenses you need is going to be driving a bus around? and then we see pictures of that, and it was just, you know, the emotions of yesterday. For Milan Club Montreal, I showed up after the Patreon special. I showed up, it was like 10:50, and already I see there's about, like, you know, 15 people outside. There's our friend Bizak that he's just pacing. He's pacing up and down, and he actually he had told us that if win the Scudetto, he's going to cut his mustache, leave a mustache a la Benacer, which he did send us a picture today because he's Algerian like him. But to see all the people that were there, and they weren't expecting it, because, you know, I was saying, wow, we should be maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 people. And then, like, you know, 100 are confirmed by email. And it's like somebody came from Mexico City. Somebody was from out of town, pure French, right? Oh, I saw you guys on the face. I just wanted to come and watch the game with you guys. And I don't know what it is about this game here. I find that I was more nervous against Atalanta than this game here. And I don't know why, you know, people want to talk about Sassuolo didn't show up, whatever. I don't know what it is. And everybody was in a good mood. And in the end, I'm trying to think back of, like, you know, the moments in the game. It just, I think it was more of a celebration of everybody together. Steve, how about you? What did you feel like? Do you share my sentiments? Were you more nervous against Atalanta, against Sassuolo? Or is it like they couldn't? It was written in the stars for us to win this game. Would it be 3-0, 1-0? It was just written in the stars.
And it's something that this is my public service announcement to everybody. I was nervous all the way, and you know, the Atalanta game, the Verona game, this game against Sassuolo, especially at the beginning, we just couldn't score. And, you know, the law of soccer is una occasione mancata, una occasione segnata. But that didn't happen. But these guys came out possessed against Sassuolo. You saw it was a different Milan. You know, there's so many things. There's so many things throughout the season. And, you know, my public service announcement is to everybody who, whenever you became a Milan fan, whether it's 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 days ago, 2 days ago, this is what it's all about. These gentlemen here, you know, give a lot of their time, and, you know, you see all the fancy pictures and you see all the beautiful, but this takes time to build, you know, and it takes time to stick with it. And, you know, I want to say thank you to everybody here for sticking with it, because 11 years, you know, and for some of us even longer, waiting for this. And people on Twitter need to understand this too. No matter how long you waited to see a Scudetto lifted, the Scudetto is lifted. They can write whatever they want. Lucky Milan, gifted Milan, not the best team to win the Scudetto. They're so on, and I've seen them all. And I continue to answer. Steve Polillo, Campione d'Italia. And Milan needs to get on board with this too. And you know, we saw Compare Ciccio with Serie A there too. You know, this is something that people like us have put in a lot of time for the English-speaking portion of Milan's fandom, which, you know, is starting to get close to, not if very close to, what they're seeing in Italy. And, you know, as passionate as these guys here have made their clubs in their respective cities, Milan need to start seeing that. And the celebration needs to be seen from their eyes too, that Milan exists past the continent of Europe.
No, exactly. And, the time that is put in by, we like to joke around our Presidente, all the work that he does in the background, but whether it be Boston, Toronto, NYC, Philly, and I'm naming, I'm just naming a few guys. Look, we had Milan Club SoCal. We have so many different type of Milan clubs around the world that, they need to realize this. And looking at the way they celebrated in Italy today, let's not kid ourselves. It's not like we're going to block the whole city, but just the passion, the love, or, David, you're saying hugging and kissing. I was hugging and kissing complete strangers yesterday. I didn't care. It was always about Milan, and people want to talk about, oh, well, you won after 11 years. No, because this one is special. And for Ibra's speech inside that dressing room, right? Nobody believed in us. Nobody believed in us, right? And I don't want to hear, oh, Scudetto, we lost it at Bologna against Inter, and fuck you. You lost. That's it. That's all. We capitalized. And in the end, I don't want to talk about negativity. I don't want to talk about what's coming for Milan in the next, coming Mercato. I just want us to celebrate this win. I cried yesterday. I'm not ashamed to say I wept. It was a great feeling. Mark, did you continue on the celebration, or on Steve's point, right? Are you on the same wavelength as him? It's like, what? Fuck the haters. Do what you want. And in the end, but now we've set a precedent, right? Mm-hmm. Now you got it. Now, last year you almost did it. Now we won a Scudetto. Yeah. Look at these Milan fans. And by the way, where were these Milan fans during the banter years? I don't know. Maybe they were hiding. But and guys, by the way, welcome all bandwagoners, because you guys know we're gonna get all these bandwagoners now. It's okay.
Come on, we could jump on. We got a bus. Come on, jump on.
But how about you? Are you feeling the same way as Stevie P on the subject?
Yeah, Metalanda Culo. Just like they had on the bus today. You can say whatever you want. I don't give a shit. And the history book's gonna say we're the champions 2022. So, any season you can go back and look at, a point here or a foul here, a penalty there. No one cares. Think about what happened in 2011. Does anyone remember what happened in 2011? Was there a point here, a point there that we could have lost or won? No one talks about it. Who cares? I don't know what happened last year. I know people bring up like, oh, if we had just beaten Verona instead of tied, then we could have. No one talks about it now. So
in the end, we were 2 points behind. You know what I mean? We finished second, and that was it. No, I love what you're saying, because in the history books, that's what it's going to say, right? Milan Campioni, and that's it. And on a side note, I was joking around to Milan listening. We're North Americans here. We are a very few clubs. Puma, listen up. If we need to believe the rumors that you're not going to be shipping that 19th Scudetto T-shirt, we're coming after you. Or as Steve would said, we're gonna print our own. We're gonna print our own. And Steve, we were talking about that one, because if they don't send it, Mark, do you know anything, or they're gonna ship that T-shirt?
So those were up, and they sold out. I got home because when I was driving home, I saw that they were up in adult sizes, and I said, okay, when I get home, I'm gonna have to walk away from my wife, hide, turn the computer, and then place an order. By the time I did that, they were only down to small, medium, and large.
Okay.
And then now they're gone. There's only children's sizes. So you can get the white one, I think. I ended up getting the white version.
Mark, no one wants the white version, Mark.
So true.
We want the black one, Mark. We want the black one. But so Puma needs to understand.
I got one.
Understand.
If anybody wants to buy a black large, it's for sale, $700.
It won't even fit me. It won't even
look
fit.
Look at Maurizio's bootleg T-shirts.
Please. Well, you know what? This is crazy, but this is a good thing, though. This is a good. In all honesty, it's a good thing, guys.
But it was an 18, and he put a 9 on the top, right? Well, this is coming from Facebook, that. Frank Maurizio.
Look at someone like Mark. Look at someone like Mark. He was willing and driving home to go place that order, and they were obviously gonna sell. So they were obviously gonna sell out. Like I can't understand how you not make one, like whatever your total is, multiply it by 2. because they're not going to be lost, those T-shirts.
No.
Especially after 11 years. It does not take a genius. I'm not a genius, guys. I'm far from a genius. But again, you know, we've had this struggle before. Kumbarachicha, Dave, Maurizio, Mark, Vinny. I've talked about this multiple times. This is the stuff that drives people away. And again, I don't want to be negative, but it's the truth, guys. If you can't find apparel, especially after a Scudetto win, 11 years in the making, for guys like us who've waited, that's a serious branding problem.
Yeah, definitely is. So hopefully, Franco, you're saying $700 for your large coming on way. Maurizio, talk to us about this bootleg T-shirt. Guys, by the way, I asked everybody because I created a group chat and I said, guys, try to send me your pictures. And Maurizio sends me one picture of him holding this T-shirt. And I'm like, this is the one picture you want to represent Milan Club Toronto. So as the printing started, what's going on? This is a idea of Facebook Frank, I believe.
Oh, this was a shirt he gave me a few years ago, and I remembered I had it on Saturday. It was my youngest daughter's birthday, so I'm like, I'm heading to the Party City. I'm going to see if they got a couple of little numbers to add to this T-shirt in case we need them. But I would not put those numbers anywhere near this T-shirt because, well, I was a bit superstitious. So I didn't put the T-shirt until after the game and all the chaos that was going on in the bar. And I run off to the corner. Next thing you know, in the middle of the bar, I'm standing on a stool holding this T-shirt. So, hey.
And thank God we're not working. We're not working today. I tried. I did about an hour, but Tapio one. You know what? To everybody in the comments, guys. I know we're still celebrating, but thank you everybody for watching every single week. Patreon, you guys are the best, supporting from day one. Even Tapio has been there probably from day one. The group therapy sessions have been in full effect. Fabio, yesterday from Long Island, he was hyped, but he was stuck playing softball. Fabio, I'm sure he was watching on the phone. But Franco, how about you, man? You feeling everybody like Steve was talking about apparel or the maybe another funny story from yesterday? Just talk about your feelings, Frank.
I'm just well, as far as apparel goes, yeah, like so many people were having trouble. Like I don't even know how I got mine because the site kept crashing. You know, it was like downtime. We were like eating dinner. It was probably like around 7 o'clock. We were still all together as a group and stuff. And it was like Dave, it was like right when we were like FaceTiming you. I don't know. I just got on. They were there and I bought it. But you know, you guys were talking about superstitions, and you know, we've been battling for quite some time now with this bus. I remember opening Twitter one day and seeing a map of Philadelphia and all the major sites, and I'm like, this freaking guy.
What do you think? This stuff happens overnight? Come on,
I'm
man.
like, this freaking guy. Okay, yeah, but you don't post it to Twitter. I was
why not?
Like, yeah. Now you look justified. You know, everything's vindicated now. Everything's fine. But a month ago, I wanted to die.
From the Arctic Circle, Simon. What is the Arctic celebrating from the Arctic Circle? Are you really in the Arctic Circle?
Yeah,
Simon, I don't know,
like Norway or something.
Yeah,
but David and Franco, I know you guys, you know, you're good friends, but you're more the conservative guy. Franco, David is a rah kind of. Even the first lady yesterday, how she was passing out the drinks on the bus, everything went smoothly. But how about you, Dave? Like even the whole day, or you know, did you have a chance to get the T-shirt, or you were just too busy driving a bus?
No, you know what? I didn't even try, and it's funny because like Franco was saying before when you were asking him about the picture that he was in, where he said he probably had 2 beers at that point. Like we got home maybe around 6 o'clock, 6:30 or something like that at the end of the day, and I realized like, man, I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. And I didn't even think about it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like we had drinks during the day, but if anything, it was more adrenaline and more kind of excitement than it was anything else. Like this morning, I woke up and I felt hungover, and it wasn't from alcohol. It was from adrenaline. And it's just, I didn't sleep well. You know, I had worse sleep last night than I did the night before the match. And it's just because I felt like all day long, just being on and being like focused on everything that's happening and trying to like soak in as much as possible. but it was pretty incredible, you know. And I think one of my favorite videos from Milan that came out was where Pioli came out of the tunnel and he goes over and he's like, you know, he's finally letting loose a little bit, right? He's like, he's waving to the supporters. He goes over, he hugs Maldini, and then he gets up and Teo comes over, just like sprays him with champagne. And it's like, that's exactly what the bartender did to us when we were singing, you know, Interista vaffanculo at the end of the match. And the guy's like spraying champagne on all of us inside Gran Cafe L'Aquila. And it was fantastic. So if anybody out there has the skills, I would love for you to put my head on Pioli's body and get sprayed by Teo there. So help me out, guys.
Kim and Sonny still hungover. Sonny, again, even to you, thank you so very much for all the hard work that you do. You know, it never stops to work because, you know, President is going to keep you working. But guys, I wanted to ask you something. Out of all the teams, Steve, who is Zlatan making sure he's watching over because he's getting way too drunk for his own good? I think Salamakers. That's what I think. Salamakers he's got that look that he can't handle his alcohol. Who do you think Zlatan is watching over, make sure he doesn't embarrass himself?
I think this is for Zlatan. It's a big elephant off his shoulder, monkey off his back, whatever you want to call it. I don't think he's looking at anybody. I think this is a guy who, you know, has been able to come back. You know, he plays the part and the character of this great Ibra, and we saw this year, guys. You know, he was more of a leader / cheerleader than someone who was impactful on the field, right? So he knows that his role is finished. Right now, he sees a group of guys that, guys, let's be honest, no one here thought that we would win the Scudetto.
No.
And I don't think any of those people in that room thought that they would win the Scudetto. And people will say, hey, you know, they're professionals. They have to be fair. There's also a bit of logic and a bit of self-belief. Yes. But, guys, this is the miracle Scudetto, guys. And I'm going to continue saying it. It's a Scudetto won. And no offense to our right wing and center midfield, won with 9.
The miracle Scudetto. I like that one. And, you know, guys, I'm going to take you through some of the Patreon questions. And they're not really questions. They're just, you know, giving us their thoughts. I don't know, maybe one of you guys, if you want to mute yourselves because we can hear a bit of the background. But Fabio starts us off with, what a beautiful night. And now we can party all summer long. We are the champs, 19. Leao yesterday showed why he's the best player on our club, the best young talent in Italy, and soon to be one of the best in the world. We have the best left back in Italy, and Teo, and you know he goes coast to coast. All these players deserve praise, even as poor individually, some players at times. Collectively, we are the best. Sandro, one of us as a kid, but he has grown up into a Milan legend. For the man who came bring us back to glory, he said he was there for the whole season. He would be champions again. Well, King Zlatan, you have completed your mission to Mr. Giroud, who came to Italy to show he was more than a bench player and thrived in the biggest moments. The stone wall that is Magic Mike, who made us forget Gigi immediately. We have a bright future thanks to our management going in and getting 2 diamonds like Tomori and Kalulu. To our players possibly leaving, Kessie handed himself like a professional and gave us one last salute. Thank you, Presidente. Wherever you go, the Milan fans will forever love you for the season. And last year, Captain Alessio, even though Gio buying all his jerseys probably paid for his salary, he showed class this season. I'm very happy he was able to lift the trophy with us. What a special season. And finally, our MVPs of the 2021 season, 22, a special thank you to the boys from Montreal, Vinny, Steve, President, and all the Milan Weekly Pod family. Me and Gio were saying our coast-to-coast show, the friendship we have made, meeting the clubs all over the world, that is all due to your hard work and love, and we need to let you guys know that how much we appreciate you guys, and we thank the Madonna for finding you guys. Forza Milan sempre in PSTV. Get your Jello pool ready because siamo I campioni dell'Italia. Thank you very much, Fabi. That's very appreciative. And guys, how about that moment too for Romagnoli? I think that was nobody. I think it just came and touched us all, right? Seeing Romagnoli lift that trophy. And guys, remember Romagnoli signed in Young Hong Lee era, right? Let me reverse it. How about you, David? How did
before
yes.
Young Hong Lee era?
No, wasn't he? He signed before, or when he got into
Romagnoli is before Young Hong.
Mihailovic brought him.
Yeah.
That's it. But
that was the end. That was the end of Silvio era, where Finvest wanted back money, and we were able to grab him from Roma for 20 some odd million. He's someone who went through a lot with this club, and myself, someone who always claims, and I will always be the purist, and his loyalty was something that we need to salute. There's not a lot of people like that who would stay in a team that's really not going in the right direction, and especially after ownership change with the Young Hong Lee stuff. He went from Silvio Berlusconi, champagne football, Champions League, Scudetto possibilities, to someone who didn't even exist and still stayed. So, you have to tip your hat to Romagnoli. Wherever he goes. But in the end, guys, this team had to make a turn. And that turn was Romagnoli was going to lose his spot to Tomori and Kajar first. And then, showing a little bit of depth with Maldini, Massara, Moncada signings of Kalulu. It adds on to the miracle, guys. It adds on to the miracle. This is not stuff that you see every day. You're going through to a center back who you didn't purchase to be a center back, right? And we rode the Kalulu wave and Tomori wave for quite a bit of time. And this is what frustrates the other fans of the other teams, guys. There's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of teams out there that can do that.
Definitely. So that was a great moment, even for Kessie. For me, I was always, on the same opinion as Steve, is that no matter how you look at it, Kessie, at those points, he needs to play. Some people saying, oh, he shouldn't play. It hurt me. It hurt me because I thought he was Robo da Milan, but I think he conducted himself very professionally. I think even him, bittersweet raising that trophy. But Romagnoli really and I think you guys all agreed, Romagnoli holding up that trophy was definitely a special moment. AC Luda says, we are the champions. Pioli's on fire. The only question I have is, how good does this title feel after 11 years, most of which were banter errors? I'm tempted to dedicate this title to original left side threat of Kevin Constant and Jamel Besba. Forza Milan. I think 11 years, this one's got to be more special because 11 years ago, not that it was expected, but we had the team, right? What makes this one so different? Because I'm a lot more emotional on this one. Dave, I'm going to start with you. What makes it so different from 11 years ago?
I think for me, it in a way, it reminded me of the Italy 2006 national team, and that everybody contributed. There wasn't, like, Ibra played his part, of course, but you look at the goal scorers, and it was pretty well distributed, I think, throughout the team. It's not like you had one guy that was scoring everything for them. So for me, I loved seeing you can really see these guys bond and gel week in and week out. And by the end of the season, I think that's what gave me the confidence that they could do it. And I'm really happy with what we saw at the end there, obviously.
How about you, Franco? Like, what makes it so different from 11 years ago?
The thing that comes to my mind is that, that 2011 team was at the end of a cycle. Berlusconi was able to get away with one more. He got himself one more Scudetto that year. There was still a lot of those pieces.
The Senatori was still there.
Right. There's a lot of guys that are on that 2011 roster, even if they weren't starters, that were still part of those big pieces of the mid and late 2000s. This team is a big difference. The difference is that this team, like Steve said, was built. And other teams and their fans watch it and are frustrated that we could win the league with a 480,000 euro defender, while other teams go out there and make splashes every summer and come up with nothing. So for me, that's the biggest difference. I think that's why it feels so good. There's a point of pride, especially for Milan fans, watching failed, I don't even want to call them projects, because they obviously were not projects. They claimed to be projects, all those years, 2014, 2015, and all the lies that we were given about, youth projects and things like that. We finally put a project together and are reaping the ultimate reward today. That's the main difference with this team. I think it's just something to be so proud about. because it's such a magical project like that everybody bought into. And just going back to something that Steve said before, I mean, maybe at the beginning of the season, players realistically thought about other ambitions, and that's fair. I don't know how much to believe, obviously, but every single player interview that I watched today, they're like, we knew we could do it. We knew we could do it. We knew we could do it. I don't know if they started to believe like around like January, February, like when they won the Derby, maybe, but like I agree. Like I have a hard time believing that anybody in August on that roster really thought that they could win a Scudetto.
No.
So
probably January, that makes sense. And
yeah, like once you win that second Derby, once you win that second Derby, there's a real difference. Like all of a sudden you say, okay, now we 1 week at a time. Let's keep up now. Let's keep up now. Let's keep up now.
And how easily people forget, because when Tatarusano got his, came out for his medal, and I heard a little comment, like a little jab, and I'm like, hey, don't forget the penalty save that Tatarusano gave us, those 9 games. And that's why we have the head-to-head, right? It wasn't like trashing on him. He's like, Tatarusano. I'm like, man, you don't remember.
If we tied yesterday, Tatarusano won us the Scudetto. If we tied the game yesterday and finished on even points, Tatarusano is the reason why Milan won the Scudetto this year, because of that save on Lautaro Martinez, because then you won the head-to-head.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Well,
Mike Magnan goes out and he gets surgery. We're panicking.
We got
Milan. Oh my God, how are we going to survive 2 months, 3 months? We thought it was going to be 5 months, 6 months. How are we going to survive with this guy in goal? And we actually did.
It's incredible. Guys, I'm going to take 2 more questions, because if I have to go through the squad, we're definitely going to be here for 2 hours. Presidente, by the way, we went over the 3 minutes allocated for every we have Nathan, we did it, but also you all did it. I wanted to touch on, sorry. I wanted to touch on something Gio said yesterday in the chat. I would watch games before joining this group, but now where every game has more meaning to it. Fabio's passion, Colin's stories. I take it all with me into each match and has changed my perspective on all of it. I can't thank y'all enough. He is from Texas, guys, for bringing this group together. Mi fratelli, sorelli, ovunque sempre, forza Milan. P.S. Steve, I owe you a celebratory bottle of tequila. You know the one. That's his message to you. Fade to Black, we are the champions. Celebrated with Fante, Maurizio, and Milan Club Philly.
Shout out to Brandon.
We got the bus, baby. Time to hop on Steve. It's official. We also have 2 reps from Milan Club London, as well as 3 from NYC, who are official members. Thanks to Dave's amazing, generous, friendly, and passionate about the club. Joining the Milan community over the years has made me way more meaning watching these games. Like Nathan, the stories from the longer supporting, like Collins, is amazing. I never thought I'd have as much passion for something else other than the Eagles and the NFL, but thanks to Calcio community, it's happened. Can't wait for possible opportunities next season to meet other clubs and expand further. Guys, these are kind of stories that it's getting to me, because I love it that if we ourselves all around on, and we're a very small percentage, how we're getting, all these people connected. It's just, Vince going, Madonna, we did it. I remember watching Milan with the Scudetto and then being left heartbroken when Thiago and Zlatan were sold to PSG. The Scudetto feels so much sweeter, and all because of this team and its unity. I watched the game at home with my family and some beautiful red Campari right by my side. What emotion and happiness. My only praise goes out to Milan's physio and conditioning staff. We suffered so many muscular injuries in the present past. To maintain a solid starting 11 on more than 7 games truly helped this team create a beautiful chemistry and solid performances, especially in the defensive end. Whatever they did to change and help this team stay healthy deserves praise. Sambi Campioni, Forza Italia. Maurice, how about you? What do you think do you think we had too many injuries? Do you think that they handled the injuries better? Or was it just this team, right, that just no matter what was going to happen?
Oh, just enough injuries to fuck with our season, I think.
But you're saying, let's say for him, I know we had a lot of injuries, but I don't know if I give it to the staff. I think I'll give it more to the players, that whoever was called upon, right?
They stepped it up. 100%.
They stepped it up. Definitely stepped it up. And
with all that banging and noise in the background, it's my Milanista neighbors letting off fireworks.
Nice. Mark, how did you describe your wife? You asked your wife to put the kids to bed early. What did you write in the group chat? when you said you have a podcast to do?
I told her she had to handle the kids, bedtime by herself tonight because I had a podcast to do. And I said that she slapped me like she was Curvasuit and I was a pitch invader at Pie Stadium. I don't know if you guys saw that video of as the fans were, because they delayed the trophy ceremony for like half an hour.
Yeah.
Because everyone ran on the pitch, even though they had like countless announcements not to do that. So when everybody was going back into the stands, they were met by the Curvasuit and just giving people slaps. And these weren't like love taps; these were legitimate slaps.
And good thing that Pioli's medal got returned back. The guy that taken
oh, did it?
Yeah, I saw that they posted that it was brought back to him. Milan won this one for Stevie. This is what Ansan is saying. BJ is saying 11 years we waited. So many bidones. Club legend managers ran through every year. Giampaolo, what a disaster. Honda's corner kick out of the stadio. The Constant shirtless photo. The haka dance. Oh my God, guys, do you remember that? Mr. B and Young Hong Lee, so many smashed tables. Thank you, Vinny and Steve, for helping us go through it all. It was very emotional yesterday watching with my family. The wait is over. Milan are Campioni D'Italia. Guys, the haka dance. Do you guys remember that? Why did we do that for? You know what?
It was a Nivea commercial.
Nivea, that's it.
Let's just keep on celebrating. We don't want to talk about the Youssef. Congratulations to the MWP family. Well, yeah, thank you, Youssef. Yes, we won the Scudetto too. Like Ibra told the boys post-match, you deserve to be champions, so celebrate like champions. We have. Gio, I don't know how many tears he drank yesterday, Steve, but keep up the great work, guys. I'm so proud of the team that showed the Mamba mentality. All I have to say is I was drinking a lot of Gigio tears. He said he left us for trophy ambitions, but the real fact is Maldini left him behind. Theo and Maldini hugging and embracing. He will go down as Maldini marquee signing. Definitely. But you know what? I don't want to talk about, we were joking around with Steve before, but those, that guy with the Hakan doll, like that he's getting his dick sucked, and then it's funny, but it's like right now let's concentrate on ourselves. Hakan, you left, and then obviously Ibra, like, you guys have a message for Hakan, that's going to be Ibra, but in the end, let's not talk about Gigio. Let's not talk about Hakan. But Steve, it was a bit much. But then Ibra, you're gonna go tell Ibra not to say these kind of things. But
no, he's fair game, and we talked about it. And I've been trying to convince everybody. Look, there's some things that are a bit too tasteless for me. I'm not gonna buy a blow up doll and put Hakan on it. That's pure stupidity. But again, to each their own, and everybody celebrates their own way. The coffin, I saw the coffin. Look,
that was
Genoa and Sampdoria have been doing the coffin thing forever. No one ever found it a problem. Now magically it's going to become a problem. I don't care. Take the fine. The Coppa Italia metteteli in culo. Guys, that's another one. Serie A, go get some money. You want to get some money that way? You don't want to get money the correct way by marketing your product properly? Now we'll see. We have some guys in New York. Let's see if they're going to wake up to the whole realization of how to market Serie A in the North End. But you know what? You want to find Milan? We're going to take that fine too. But Hakan Çalhanoğlu, my message to you is at halftime, when you see the score 3-0, your next thing to do is call your wife and book a ticket out of Italy. Close your phone, throw it in the river, change your number. You are fair game. You've made the ultimate switch, the most dreaded switch possible, which is Milan to Inter.
Franco, he wants to,
and then he took it to another level, because this will be forever etched in my brain.
Yep.
That day where he scores the penalty and he had the
100%.
guts to do it. He could have just walked away, put his head down and walked away and been a professional. You're gonna do one of these to the curva?
Yeah.
You're fair game
and
now, buddy.
And who was there to tell him off? Of all people, Alessandro Florenzi. Huh? Yep. Florenzi, that, you know what, veramente, he's shown us like roba da Milan. I think we got one last one. Kim Breen saying, what can I say? Absolutely proud of this group. Never gave up until the end, and they proved everybody wrong. Now let's go on that fucking bus, boys. Forza Milan sempre. Ryan Percy, hey guys, what a feeling. Shout out to the folks at Milan Club NYC and Legends for a fantastic atmosphere today. It was rocking. Also, congratulations to Milanistas everywhere, as we are firmly, officially out of the banter era. one thing at a time, guys. This was a topsy-turvy season. However, one thing's for certain, this was a coming-out party for Leao. He has been extraordinary. Could you imagine if we had balanced the attack with a good young striker and a good, not even great right wing, how dangerous this side would be? The future is bright, so bright that I think Steve will get his right wing this summer, I believe. Also, can we talk about Krunich's work rate that led to goals 1 and 3 this game? Underrated. Definitely, guys. Is Krunic your underrated player of the season? I don't think there's anybody that would come up, right? He did his job, not just this season, even last year when he got called up to do his job, and he did his job correctly. But did you guys like looking at his work rate on goal number 1 and goal number 3? But you can't say nothing bad about Krunic, especially the way he's been playing. Dave, let me ask you.
I like workhorse players. I mean, he fits right in there with the type of players who I think fly under the radar but are solid and do their job week in and week out. So, I can't say whether he was the best unsung hero or what, but I think, I absolutely commend him for doing his thing.
Oh, definitely. And, there's one guy that hasn't been mentioned so far, and I think Kalulu, yes, definitely, but guys, how much, we spoke about Pioli throughout the whole year. Pioli is not the guy that's going to bring you to a Champions League glory. Pioli, we've seen the Pioli outs at one point. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah.
Before he even started.
Yeah.
How much praise does Pioli deserve for taking this team from Giampaolo at that time to now? Steve, let me ask you, where do you put, how much credit does Pioli? Yes, people want to talk about Ibra, people want to talk about the team mentality, but how much credit goes to Pioli?
I think quite a bit of credit goes to Pioli. He was able to, take this team that was built and put together, honestly. We don't want to lie to ourselves. It was built with a budget, not to win the Scudetto. It was built in a way that we can manage to get to top 4, do exactly what we did last year, and qualify for Champions League. Again this year, some slight upgrades, not crazy upgrades, but you see that this time around he took that team from last year and he unified it as a team. They were something a bit frustrating to watch for other teams who have a little bit more of individual players. We have the most individual and narcissistic player in the world, which is Zlatan. But that's Zlatan the character. That's not, I don't think, and I'm comfortable enough to say it, I don't think that's Zlatan the teammate. When the cameras are off, I think he's doing fantastic things for those, younger players. Adding Florenzi, even with one knee, wasn't something that I was very excited with. But in the end, I ate my words because he showed leadership. He showed something, someone who can play right back, right wing. And that's all on Pioli and picking, besides flipping the coin on right wing, he kind of made always the best decisions for what we needed in the game. It was very rare that he didn't pick the right team. And that takes a lot, especially with a group of individuals like that, where you're putting them together as a team. And I think the team as well made it a lot easier on him. But after this week and after this summer is over, the conversation of Pioli changes, guys. Yeah. This is not something that will end, especially for me. And I am one of the most demanding, if not the most demanding, Milan fan. And I've gotten shit for it. And, in the end, it pays off. I'm not happy with 4th place. We finished 2nd last year. I'm not happy with top 4. We won the Scudetto this year. I'm not happy getting kicked out in the group stages of the Champions League.
Yeah. We spoke about parallels with the 2011 team. I think there's more parallels with the 99 Zaccheroni team, and my hope just going on those comments. My hope is that the parallels end there, because what followed that Scudetto for Zaccheroni himself as a coach, and then just Milan in those 2 years following, they were not able to rise to the occasion. It took them a while to then build back up to the team that could win in 2003. So hopefully that's not the case with Pioli.
Definitely. Guys, you know what we're going to do now, because, we had a bit of emotions. I'm not going to go to the Twitter stuff. I'm going to pull up Busted Calcio tweets, because you guys, I'm sure we're going to have some fun in looking at all these. Maritza, just unmuted you because you're crazy Milan neighbors. Asking you a question, Maritza. When you FaceTimed Maldini, did you smile, or did you keep that stone cold face over there? It looks like did you smile? Did you what did you tell him?
Well, first of all, I greeted him with "Way, Paolo," as if we were old friends, and got a bit of a chuckle out of him, which was great, because it's like I was talking to him like I was talking to you guys, and maybe because I wasn't in person, it took a little bit of the reality away, and the my heart in my throat.
You just very casual. Hey, Paolo, what's happening?
Oh yeah, I flat out told him I hope we see you sometime soon, and bring a couple of trophies with you. And he said, "Yeah, we're all hoping the same thing."
Okay.
I got to speak to Masada as well. He wanted to say hi, which was great too. I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? Thanks for everything that you guys do," and they thanked us for everything that we do. It's like very casual.
Very casual. You did not mention that we had the Scudetto bus here in North America, correct?
That's Dave's thing. Let him tell him about that.
Guys, let's take a look. Jan gave us some busted tweets. Let's have a few laughs. What do we have as the first one? Oh, J Club, the most illegitimate Scudetto in the history of Serie A.
All right, you can stop the segment right here. This is the winner.
Yeah.
This is the way. Yeah, but I don't know what kind of gems that he had. So,
Cheats, this is mine. I submitted this one.
So only Milan guys. Only a guy. I think this is the same guy that was it was the fake Scudetto, right? That he needed an asterisk because it's not the real Scudetto on this one. But so showing all the stuff that went our way, but they're not going to talk about the other ones. So yeah, at Jacob, the most illegitimate Scudetto coming from a Juventino. So right now, this one is up there. Let's take a look at the second one. That was actually the last one. Okay, this man. Giovanni scherza. Non so se Leao farebbe il titolare nel Sassuolo. So this is the coach saying that he doesn't know that if Leao would be playing at Sassuolo. But guys, was he trolling on this one? He wasn't serious, right? Steve, did you even know about this one? Was he really serious? Scherza. Yeah, scherza. Why would you even say that?
Look,
I think he wanted to be on busted tweets.
I don't know where this comes from, but Leao at Sassuolo does start. These are tough, and this is the trouble that we have with busted Calcio tweets is deciphering if they're trolling or they're being sarcastic or they're really just that crazy. So this one here for me, it's busted, but I think he starts, and I think he's trolling.
Yeah, let's see. What else did he give us? Letting Pobega go on loan while keeping Krunic as backup. Failure to offload Samu. Failure to offload Romagnoli. No extension for Kessie. Losing 2 key players on a free. This is one of the worst mercatos I've ever witnessed a team. This was done on August 18, 2021. These, I believe, guys, are tears from another. Somebody went to find this one here, but don't you love it? Don't you love it, Mark? How about you? Like reading this kind of stuff, and it's like, yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna go back in time, we can find a lot of gems.
The soundboard is making it up, guys.
3 minutes up?
No, you're 3 minutes.
So
wow, it's like
this one. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that were, if we pulled them up, months later, they look foolish now. But the first one you pulled up, I think people are trying to win this now. I mean, that was a crafted tweet to win this award. I think people are gunning for it now.
Yeah, no, this one, even though I think, Jan did scour Twitter to go find this one from last
But
August.
he found this one, but there's a lot of truth in this one. If we don't win the Scudetto, there's a lot of truth in this one.
To transfer fee. That's true. Yeah, but I don't letting Pobega go, keeping Krunic as a backup. It's easy to say, like, Monday morning quarterbacking, but it's not that busted. Is that what you're saying?
It's not that busted because letting Pobega go and keeping not Krunic but keeping Daniele Maldini.
Yep. And it was Brandon that Martino had retweeted it, and he just had to share. Thank you, Brandon. What else do we have here? I'm really happy for AC Milan fans who chose to follow a small club and have seen their dedication pay off as they've climbed their way to a title. You know what? I like Milan Club Philly. Just David.
I mean, look, these aren't even funny. It's just, come on, it just whatever. I saw the first one. I saw the first one earlier today, and it's just like, I don't have the bandwidth, man. I don't have the bandwidth.
Oh my God, Franco, you're just shaking your head looking at this one.
I'm just who is this guy? There's a check mark next to I actually don't know who he is.
Gets a check mark.
That was my question. Does anybody know if the blue and the white check mark mean the same thing?
They do. It just depends on what your background is.
Oh boy, Doyle the Dullard. This was saying. What else do we have? This one here: Manchester City versus AC Milan. We are quite simply not the same. Difference between winning it after more than a decade versus winning it for the fourth time in 5 years. Yawn. Abdullah, it's okay. It's okay to be jealous of our fan base. It's okay that, because you don't have a lot of people at your celebration because you win it 4 times out of 5 years. Let me tell you something, buddy. If Milan wins 4 championships out of 5, we're going to be exactly this amount of people every single year.
Every single time.
Maurice, what do you think about this?
I think Matt knows who the last guy was. He says he's an MLS guy.
Matt, thank you.
That
Matt.
Explains a lot, Matt. Thank you very much.
Brandon, and on top of it, Brandon's saying he's a Philadelphia guy too. So.
Oh my God,
man!
God,
double trouble.
Can't win them all.
Yeah.
And but I think, guys, this has got to be it. This is the Steve. Thank you for finding it. This is the guys. If everybody in the comments. The soundboard has made a comeback, Joe. The soundboard has made the comeback. But, I'm going to go with this one. J Club from a Juventino talking to us about illegitimate scudettos. Noi quelle 19 abbiamo vinto sul campo. We didn't win it the other way around. But, definitely this one. Steve, thanks for finding this one. Don't claim him, Dave. So no Philadelphia. But, guys, honestly, I have no words to thank you. The friendships that we've created throughout this whole time. It's been years, right? It's been years. I know, Mark, we met recently, but whether it be David, Maurizio, Frank, everybody that we've met, I really share this Scudetto with all of you. I needed to go see Steve today to give him a Scudetto hug. His wife rolled her eyes at the both of us, like, "What is Scudetto hug?" And I gave a hug to his kids, and it was just, even look at Vince Gattuso, the Romanista, and Roma on Wednesday. But I just wanted to, I'm just gonna double check Twitter, guys, very quickly. Evo is asking. You know what, Evo? He's asking, what is Zlatan's Messias' situation, Brahim? I don't want to talk about any kind of situations like that. Hello, gentlemen. Forza Milan. Let that all beginning a long and successful cycle for a beloved team. Ante Rebic, amazing night. This is T. Pepperoni celebrating with Milan Tifosi. Adelaide Leao MVP, well-deserved. How proud are you with this crowd? Simply sensational. Forza Milan. Zvanko. Gotta love Zvanko. They are alive, sober, awake, capable after this. As we've seen, find them, gather them, show them the images, clips at the various yesterday's celebration from another world. I'm taking Monday off to continue the celebration. Most of us did. And Christopher, yes, Milan is champion of Italy once more. And I think we can definitely say the banter era has been concluded. Now we must celebrate, recover, reflect, and go again. Forza Milan. Alla destra, we don't need any more points to get our Scudetto. But Stevie, do we have any needs to complete our starting lineup for next season? This guy, Yeah, he's just, can Steve give some appreciation for Salamaker? Everyone and talks about the impact Ibra and Kara, but had he brought
Absolutely
work
not.
right to our attack?
Absolutely not.
No, sorry, buddy. Salamaker's no.
You're gonna
no.
force me to be negative again, even on this day.
No negativity today. But guys, honestly, it was quite a ride. The only problem I've seen. Are you raising your hand?
I'm raising my hand. May I ask a Vinny and Steve question?
Yes, you may.
Yeah.
Are you guys ever going to do the podcast together again from the same room, or is this it for now? What's going on?
We're being put on the spot.
Yeah.
I don't see why not one of these days, because sometimes it got a bit easier for Steve, but maybe we should do a special, Steve.
Yeah, it's just that we've gotten comfortable this way, like working from home, the same thing, right? In theory, we could do it from the same. There's nothing stopping us, and for a while now, nothing's stopping us. Logistic wise, 2 kids wise, it's easier, especially during the season. It's easier for me to just run downstairs where I'm already set up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure we'll do it. We'll do one together again for sure, and continue this summer. Milan Weekly Podcast doesn't stop, right? We'll continue a little bit less frequent, but go through the summer for sure, because we want to hear some of, even if there's going to be no. Because there's no more, because we're Campioni D'Italia. There's no more goals.
Steve, he is a fellow Patreon member. He's one of the first ever Red Card Weekly guys. How's Francis doing?
Francis is bad, guys. It's taken over his life. He honestly can't function anymore. It's like a nightmare. So for Mark and Maurizio, Francis is a dear friend of mine. But he's an Interista, and this Scudetto has taken over his life. He cannot comprehend it. He cannot digest the fact that Milan won it. For him, Inter was the best team in Serie A, and he could possibly be right. And the Milan don't play attractive football. Again, he can also be possibly right. He also has many, many other things that he's written to me past these days, which I continue to reply to. We are Campioni d'Italia.
He's probably just burning. Guys, I'm going to try to see if this actually works. Tell me if you hear the audio. This was Milan Club Toronto. You don't hear the audio, eh?
Press the red.
The little speaker at the bottom right-hand corner there.
Do you hear it?
You got to extend the volume up, too. It's at 61%.
Oh, man, nice video.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear? No. Milan Club Toronto here. What else do we have? This is from your bird's eye view. Very nice. I guess this one didn't have any audio, but I just want to take it through a couple of the videos. Awesome just to see.
David, how many wardrobe changes did you do on Sunday?
Only one wardrobe change. One wardrobe change.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
You guys don't hear at all?
No.
It's probably for the best.
Oh, that's priceless.
You don't need audio for that.
As the first lady, she sends her regards, by the way.
Hello to the first lady, and for always believing in the Scudetto bus. But I think throughout all these videos, we see the celebration around the world. And as you can hear from most of our voices, we're still recuperating. We had this one. I don't know if we have Milan Club. Look at that. Beautiful. I think you from New York, your cameras are too high-end, too high quality, Franco, so didn't want to download it. They didn't want to do it. When we get to your level, let me know.
I don't know. I sent it to your phone after too, so.
Can I open it from?
It's on your WhatsApp, so I don't know.
Hold on a second. So this one I could probably show.
Oh, like from your phone.
Oh, wow.
Hold on. I'm going to try, guys.
This is the goal. This is the first goal. It was just mayhem.
Love it.
That's
what it's all about.
Show it from your phone.
Well, Presidente, even Steve, when Presidente walked in, because even him, he was a bit busy, right? So he came in with his with little Presidente, and then when he got the chant Presidente, just he was looking around, he was all proud. Then he made presidential things. He looked at, because me and Mario were already on our second picture. He's like, okay, what do I have to pay for here? I go, by, you have to pay for the food. He goes, you know what? We're getting 2 bottles of, called it champagne. It's, asti spumante. I'm getting 2 bottles of champagne. I'm picking up your tab too. Thank you for all the work. He was splashing the cash yesterday, Presidente. He was splashing the cash, but he did like his little, chant. You guys, as presidentes of other clubs, you don't get the c'è solo un presidente.
I actually do sometimes, but I always shut it down because we don't have one. But then they switched to c'è un capitano, which I don't necessarily mind. It's better than
Maurizio, Facebook Frank, does he chant for you c'è solo un presidente?
No, but he did give me a big hug and whirled me around like a princess.
Mark, I don't know, you at Milan Club Boston, are you president? Do you guys do
no,
the president?
I'm not the president. Actually, Nick's the president, but Nick, the first lady's birthday is today, so shout out to the first lady.
Oh, shout out to the first lady
Boston. So he couldn't make it because he had, other commitments.
Previous engagements.
Yeah.
David, for sure, you've had the Presidente chant.
Once in a while, it comes out,
Once in a while.
He starts it. He loves it. You see his face?
Love it. Oh, I love it. Why do you think I do this? Come on, man.
Once in a while. Once in a while, Dave. But guys, please, I'm entering the room. Thank you. Check.
Yeah, I'm the one that starts it, Steve. So
And on a side note,
he
sorry
prefers
to
King
Sonny.
because they're the royal family.
Yeah, right.
And to Sonny, I know you made us all these graphics. I didn't even have time to pull them all up. You had made us the graphics for the game, but we're not going to nitpick. You had showed us, guys, by the way, for the second year in a row, Serie A. The Serie A, that the old man league, the one that's really boring. Again, top league in the world to score the most goals, about 40 goals more than the English Premiership. Exciting around the world too. Like, you had Liverpool and Manchester City playing, but to us it was only Milan. But Sonny, thank you, buddy. Thank you for doing all this hard work. We appreciate every single thing. But today was just a celebration. I still have no idea what Presidente was thinking, that just give them 3 to 5. He goes, David could get 5 minutes. He said to David could get 5 minutes because he has a bus, but everybody else, it's 3. It's 3 to 5 minutes, And if everything, if you see that the conversation is not going, we just won a Scudetto for the first time in 11 years. We're gonna have a lot of things to talk about. But guys, I'm gonna let you say, let's say from Boston, Toronto, New York, Philly. I know the season is over, but if you are in Boston, if you are a Milan fan, how did they get in touch with you? How did they join? Maybe a little shout out to whoever wants to join. How did they get in touch?
Yeah, thank you. So we're Milan Club Boston on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. DMs are open. Sign up. There's no, we're a small club. We're new. I mean, we're a baby compared to you guys. We've only been around since 2019, but we showed Sunday that Milanisti are out there in the New England area. So reach out, come say hi, come see us for a game at Ducali. Ducali was the first year we were at Ducali and we won the Scudetto. So I told them, whether you like it or not, we're back next year. So they're happy to have us back, and they treated us like kings. They were great. They let us in, before they actually opened, constantly. So they were wonderful. Just reach out to us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Milan Club Boston. I just want to give a quick shout out. One of our members, Ray, he couldn't make it yesterday. He had a sudden death in the family the morning of Sunday. So he didn't get to enjoy the Scudetto the way that we did. So Ray, we're thinking of you, and I promise you we'll get together this summer and we'll do a re-Scudetto for you when you're ready for it. So hang in there and we'll get a celebration for you. Don't worry.
Un saluto from all of us, Ray, and condolences. Milan Club Toronto. How do they? Anybody in Tirana, as we like to say it here, how did they get to see? Oh, Steve. Okay, Steve.
Interjection.
Facebook Frank. right now, he's like wherever he is in his basement and wherever he sends me these cryptic messages from. And he's salivating because I see him. He's shooting out messages for Mariti in the chat. Don't forget to mention the YouTube channel. Don't forget to mention the Twitter handle, the address to your house, the grocery list that you will be taking to the store tomorrow, what you shave your balls with.
Well, he does have man-made to protect his balls, right? Man-made bella parte mutante. Check out the link. But Maurizio, how did they get in contact with not Facebook Frank, but Milan Club Toronto?
Listen, first and foremost, we're into our 5th season, and I tell these guys all the time, whether it's Marcello, Franco, Dave, I can't thank you guys enough for helping us get started. Yes, Dave, it's going to get weird.
It gets weird. No, man, it gets weird.
First and foremost, thanks to you guys that were able to help kickstart us, and as we're doing again with Boston and anybody else that started a club. Now that we got all the sappy shit out of the way, you can find us on Milan Club Toronto on Facebook, Milan Club Toronto on Instagram, Milan Club TO on Twitter, Milan Club TO at Gmail. Yes, you can find us even on Milan Club Toronto YouTube page.
YouTube, yes.
The YouTube
I didn't
channel.
know about the YouTube channel, so see, now I learned something.
You see?
I'm gonna follow you.
Are you guys on Twitch?
No, we're not twitching.
They're not twitching yet.
LinkedIn?
So you can find us. Membership will reopen the start of next season. I'm pretty sure there's going to be quite a few people that have been unearthed. So.
And by the way, I don't know of all you presidente / person of interest in clubs. You know what our presidente was doing when we were scoring and left and right and celebrating? He was signing up people. Oh, give me your $50. Sign right over here. I got a scarf somewhere. I think he signed up like 7, 8 people. Okay, I gotta go. Ciao, paid the bill. How many of you guys were signing up people? You gotta say, President is always working.
That's why he gets the
Philly. Yeah,
bar yesterday.
Yeah, you, Dave, for sure. You were signing up people for the bus. Here's your ticket to the bus. Here's your membership.
I'm surprised they didn't get them to paint the bus.
Well, it's a rental.
That's my bus.
But about Milan Club New York, il capitano, not the presidente, but Franco. Anybody in New York, how did they get in contact with you? Do you have a YouTube channel?
No, we don't have a YouTube channel. We do have a Twitch account. We don't use it though. It's just there to claim the name. If you want to get in touch with us, don't. I've answered too many DMs over the last 2 weeks. I'm done dealing with people and their ridiculous questions. That was the inspiration for our little FAQ. It was like, stop asking the most obvious questions. But no, in all seriousness, at AC Milan NYC across all social media, at also at gmail.com, same thing, through email. Just people who are considered members in our group are people who support the bar on a regular basis. So if we see your face on a semi-regular basis, then you are a member of our club. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, and you know, it's one of those things that we always try to do. Our home is the Football Factory at Legends. This summer is our 10th anniversary at that bar, and there was no better way to close this season. You know, we had an emotional moment with Jack as well on Sunday. You know, he actually wasn't there because he was downstairs for the Premier League stuff, and we were upstairs with the Legends people. You know, they took care of us, but you know, we made sure to go downstairs after and have a nice little after party with the king of football culture in New York. And you know, this club doesn't exist without him. Just also want to give special shout out. One of our founders, obviously a lot of people who've been around Twitter for a long time know Giancarlo. He recently moved to Georgia about a little bit over a year ago. Nobody except for one person in our club knew that he was going to be there on Sunday morning, and all of a sudden Giancarlo walked into the bar. And, you know, like I said, 10 years at Legends and 12, 13 years of doing this as a club, having almost everybody there on Sunday was special. The only one that we didn't have was Francesco Apache, who was in Milano.
It's a good
But
substitute.
you know, to have, you know, the main core of people who have started this group many years ago to be there all together for that moment, plus another couple hundred people in there. It was just it was everything that we could have dreamed of. You know, we were talking about it today. It was a perfect day. Nothing went wrong. There was no drama in the bar. Nobody got injured. Nobody went to the hospital. Nobody got into a fight. Nobody was bickering at each other for something bad. Nobody yelled at us for not getting in or whatever. Everybody followed instructions. Everybody had a good time, and you know, nothing more that we could be thankful for. Just and then one last thing. I'm sorry, I'm taking up time. Just thankful for you guys.
You can't. There's no time limit. I don't know if you heard, but go ahead.
No, just thank you, Vinny and Steve. You know, you provide a very starving market for English-speaking audiences in North America, and so congratulations to you guys on another successful season, because you guys fill our Monday nights, and thank you.
Thank you for watching, and I don't want to share, guys, this chat that you and Steve had with me, part of this group. Welcome to the Steve and Franco show. This is Franco tweeting out, Steve, give me a point. Franco, yep. Steve, don't compare the Teo goal to Weah. Franco, thank you. Steve, Juve is not a good team. Franco, agree. Steve, not a real Scudetto. What about all the ones Napoli blew? Franco, seriously. Okay, see you next week. This would be the podcast of they get along on every single thing. And I was reading this out, and I could just like really mimic it see it in my head. I'm like, yes, this is exactly what you guys would sound like, just straight to the point. But no, thanks to you, and thanks for, you know, always taking care of CVP when it came down there. Next, it's gonna be me, or I'm gonna have to go down to the Philly, get myself a cheesesteak. And Dave,
you're the only person on this screen that I haven't met in person.
Well, we're gonna see about.
You're the only person on the screen I haven't seen in the last 6 months or 7, whatever.
Yeah,
making me feel like a little bit of shit here, but it's okay. I'll see what I could do. Move it. Okay. But Dave, before I let you talk about Philly, I want you to talk about that message that you received a couple of months ago. Somebody asking you about a Scudetto bus, because the Scudetto bus was you know. And guys, please help me, because I do not remember where we came up with the Scudetto bus. You know, driving the bus was it? But this person, right? And this is not to take a jab at it, like really thought there was going to be a Scudetto bus, and I'm sure that the ideas came from there. But you know, looking at these kind of messages, looking at the outreach that you've had, even yourself with the first lady that we've met, what is it now, 3 years ago, came up to Montreal. Yep. We all here like to live vicariously through you, because, you know, you are the globetrotters of the Milan clubs. You like to travel all over the world. But how has it been, you know, as everybody was talking about, but getting that message, seeing that message when you sent it, I did not laugh. I was like, wow, this is really something.
Well, right? I thought it was pretty incredible, because, you know, for those of you who haven't heard, I got a message a couple weeks ago saying, I heard something on a podcast that you have a Scudetto bus. Is that something that we can get on or join you? Or I forget exactly how it would phrase. So I shared it with these guys, and we just had a good laugh. But no, I mean, the thing is, I reached back out to the guy, and we had a good, you know, text conversation and everything. And like, I explained to him, you know, it's really more of an idea. And that like being a couple weeks ago, that was kind of in the formative time that I was trying to make this all happen. So it's like, I kind of have to do it now, you know, at this point. But it was one of the many factors. But that being said, he came out for the Atalanta match. So when we met up last week, he was out there. He actually sat with us. We had a great conversation. Great guy. I think his name is Sabatino. So if he's watching or listening, you know, shout out to him. Thanks for coming out. I hope everybody comes out again next year. But you can always find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Milan Club Philly. I just want to, you know, just echo everybody else's sentiments. I mean, this is the reason why we do it. You know, it's great it's great that Milan won the Scudetto. It's great that Milan have done really well. It's great that they're on the upward trajectory. But we started this 10 years ago. In August, it'll be 10 years that we are a club. So, like Franco was saying, it's a pretty amazing way to end the first decade of our time as a club. And, just to reiterate what Maurizio was saying, if it wasn't for the New York guys, we wouldn't be here either. So, the support, the whole kind of network keeps growing, and we build upon each other, and we just kind of keep going and going and going. And I'm really excited anytime I hear about, people that are in some part of the country that want to start a club up, by all means, reach out to any of us, and we're more than happy to help, and that's just what we do. And it's, you guys, I now consider friends, and I consider you my family as well. So it's like, this is really important to me. And it's an added bonus that Milan are the Campioni d'Italia. So, love you guys. Shout out to everybody who's in our clubs. Shout out to everybody who follows us. And it's all, this is what we do it for. So keep it going.
I appreciate though. I think we all have the same sentiment. But Steve, you know what? Because I really needed us to show that video, and I'm gonna pull it up on my phone because I just tried to put it on my computer that did not work. But because of the stress that he puts us through, right? And where is he? Where is he? Oh, hold on. You were supposed to entertain, Steve.
So guys, I'm very emotional today. And we finally did it.
Did you guys see? He was trying to keep it together, the crack in his voice.
Very emotional today. It's 11 years we've been waiting to win this Scudetto, and we finally did it.
We love you, Presidente. We love.
Ciao Ale, come stai? Ciao Presidente, il vero Presidente. Come stai te? Tutto bene?
It's my favorite drop you have. It's my favorite.
That's how I greeted. That's how I greeted him on WhatsApp this morning. By the way, vero, with like extra letters. Vero.
And from us here at Milan Weekly Podcast, guys, we have to thank you all for supporting our content, supporting what we do, and we have Presidente. We also represent Milan Club Montreal, Vice President, and Vinny as the Treasurer. Whatever our titles are, but we work as an admin panel and group there. But we would be kidding ourselves if we don't mention President and what all he does for Milan Club Montreal and the other clubs too. He's always thinking about everybody, not only Milan Club Montreal. So we stay in the foreground here and do Milan Weekly Podcast and make him do what he does best in the background, or else he puts everybody else to sleep. But that's a story that you all know from the you all know. And guys, thank you. I've had the chance to meet Maurizio, Comparacic, Dave, multiple occasions. Mark, I will meet you soon. That's for sure.
Definitely.
Vinny, he's always here, been a good friend, and we have this connection through Milan. And we put out content, guys. And again, for me, it's something that I cannot leave this show without saying. It's not only, and we do not only do Milan Weekly Podcast for us and what it gives to us, but we do it to all the fans and to all other content creators. And I hope that, Milan winning the Scudetto, gives us a little push on what we like to try to put out there week in, week out. Very raw, very honest. You will be pissed off at me, and I'm okay with that. And try to stay away from stupid interaction content that gets 4 million likes for a stupid busted cultural tweet that we saw before, right? Because that's the reason why Jan came up with the busted cultural tweets, and he's a new addition to Milan Weekly Podcast, along with Sunny, who does all our graphics. Thank God, the rest we would have stick people running around everywhere. Or like stupid paint drawings that we do. But again, guys, thank you. Maurizio, every time I've come to Toronto, you wanted to meet, we meet. Combaraciccia came to New York. And not only did I get to see Combaraciccia, I even had a surprise visit from Dave and the First Lady, you know. So that's the great things about creating these clubs and having these conversations and making friends into family, because it lasts a lifetime. The colors bond us for a lifetime. So again, they will write, they will try to intimidate, they will try to antagonize us. They will say whatever they want to say. In the end, Milan è campione d'Italia.
Siamo noi, le campione dell'Italia, siamo noi, have no voice. Guys, on Stevie, what he said, definitely to all you guys, the friendships that we've made, this is such a humbling experience. Even on Patreon, you know, that they're supporting us, and the little family that we've created. You know, no toxicity, everybody's respectful for each other. And when we get these people, you know, talking to us from India, or I think Anthony Lafrez, like from Louisiana, we had people from Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago. It just, sometimes it's so humbling to see this kind of stuff. Look at Husni from, you know, he's on Patreon, Yusuf and Husni from Kuwait and Saudi. Like, it really boggles my mind that we've come so far. But you guys, Steve, that speech was as good as Zlatan's. We appreciate every single one of you. We appreciate you guys not going over your 3 minutes tonight. We appreciate that very, very much. We
appreciate you getting the video to work, Vinny. So thank you.
Sorry, we'll get it from there. Maurizio, sorry for having to mute you because you got the fireworks still going on or somebody. You know, now I'm gonna have to hear from Presidente how come you didn't mute him. Then there's the background noise. But guys, honestly, thank you, everybody. I'm still emotional. I'm still going to ride this high. And for people that do not understand, that can watch a celebration video with fireworks, and you're doing this for a team. Yeah, I'm doing this for it because in years, sono rossonero and forever. So whether I wept yesterday, whether I was emotional all day, I did not drink and drive. That was the most important thing. But I felt the love everywhere. And this morning, I remember why I don't party the way I used to party, like it was 1999. But it was all worth it. It was definitely all worth it. But Steve, anything else we let do? It's been an hour and a half. I think it's time for let's go finish our cigars. Let's go celebrate a bit more. Let's go watch some more videos of Zlatan calling out Hakan. St. Lucia's. Wow. A small group of us have been Milan fans through thick and thin, mostly thin. Wow, guys.
Welcome, Greg. Welcome, Greg.
That's awesome. That's just completely awesome. And just, you guys are awesome. You guys are all, you're fucking awesome there. That's what it is. And it's, we
love you guys.
Vi voglio tutto un sacco di bene. Guys, ovunque e sempre.
Forza
Milan!
Campione d'Italia. Ciao, guys. Ciao.